G'day guys, how to become a firefighter in Western Australia 2023. Well, that's what this video is all about. I'm going to walk you through all the steps of the firefighter recruitment process for DFES-WA this year 2023. And just to avoid any confusion, that's the Department of Fire and Emergency Services in Western Australia. Now, along with each step of the process, I'll show you what you can do to massively increase your chances of passing each stage and getting selected. So stage one is the online application. For 2023, DFES will continue to use an online portal for your personal information and your minimum requirements uploads. The application period generally stays open for 3 to 4 weeks. Make sure you are ready to go well in advance, and this will allow you to give the best possible start to your campaign, get it off on the right foot. Now, to make a positive impact in this section of recruitment, you need to understand what's important to the recruitment team and how to subtly highlight this in your initial communications. You'll need to understand and meet the minimum prerequisite requirements and have the personal documentation needed so you can fill the portal efficiently and, more importantly, correctly. Make sure to actually read and follow all instructions to the letter. It's extremely common for applicants to miss something simple and get cut before the game begins. Please don't be one of those people. Following that, there is the cognitive and personality assessments, also referred to as Aptitude and Psych tests. Converge International / Safe Select delivers the online exams that can be performed from your home computer. Now, these tests include Cognitive Ability Assessment, RPI Psych Test, and Emotify. Now I'm going to go into some detail on each of the tests for you. So the results of these tests are applicable for a 12-month life cycle from the time of taking the test. Now, DFES uses Cognify within their Aptitude test. Cognify, it's made up of dynamic game-based assessments. They no longer use your traditional Aptitude style exam. The reason they use Cognify is it gives them more depth of understanding of how you perform in a dynamic environment, and it also allows them to dish out significantly different tests to each person. So everyone's getting their own unique way of being tested. So how to pass the Cognify test. I've created software to allow you to get practice with Cognify that you otherwise couldn't, and this gives you a significant advantage on test day. At the very least, getting exposure to these type of tests before the day is a must if you think this might be an area of struggle or you just want to get an extra edge. I also have the Aptitude Improvement Blueprint available on my free training page for you guys as well. Okay, so how does Cognify work? So Cognify has 6 mini games. One of the games is called Proof It, and this game you will be given 5 passages, each with a 1-minute time limit. And the aim is to identify as many of the typos as possible. There are usually up to 16 errors per passage. Another game is called Gridlock. In this game, you are given Tetris-like pieces and asked to fit them together into a certain shape, like a puzzle. There are 9 shapes to complete within 3 minutes total. Hopefully you've been practicing your Tetris. Another game, Shortcuts. So in this game, you are required to get the blue marble to the endpoint in the shortest path possible. There are 7 levels of this game to complete with a total time limit of 4 minutes. Another game, my personal favorite name, is called Numb Bubbles. In this game, you need to quickly click on the balloons that appear which have an answer equal to a target value. There are 10 rounds of this game to play, each with a duration of 20 seconds. Another game is called Resemble. So in this game, you need to recreate an image given to you using the titles provided. However, sometimes you will be asked to rotate this figure. There are 9 figures to reproduce with a total time frame of 4 minutes. And another game is Tally Up. In this game, you are required to pick the side with the greater total, and there are 35 questions each with a time limit of 4 seconds. And that is the games in a nutshell. Now onto the psych assessments. The RPI psych test that DFES uses is similar to the one that is used in South Australia. The big difference is the addition of a new Emotify version, which includes a test called Emotion in Action. Now, emotion in action is where workplace scenarios are provided and candidates have to decide what would be the best way to react. I have created an Emotify module inside of my membership platform to help with this. It includes the new section for emotion in action discussed above as well. So if you want to get your hands on that, follow the appropriate steps. I do use this in conjunction with our organizational psychologist coach to ensure that you are doing as well as you can in all of these tests, as well as identifying any potential issues before they put you out of consideration, before we've really gotten started. I'll link to the video that shows the psych test analysis process that we use as well, so get your hands on that. The next step is the PAT or Physical Abilities Test. The PAT is made up of tasks that imitate the duties a firefighter is likely to encounter during emergency situations and the ability level needed to be successful in these situations. You can get started with fitness training using the PAT Accelerator tool on the free training page, or there is the PAT Accelerator program in the members area. Again, see the links below. The key to passing the physical abilities test is not just being physically strong and fit. Trust me, a lot of people who think they're fit and ready, they get knocked out in the PAT because of very simple missteps, unknowns, or just bad technique during the exercises. Therefore, the best way to be PAT ready is to be familiar with all the exercises through actual practice. So DFES PAT exam, it consists of working at heights, tunnel crawl and circuit exercises, and the beat test with a passing score at 8.7. Up next is the written assessment task, speed interviews, and panel interviews. For the written task, your ability to study the given information and then offer your response in a clear, succinct, and professional manner is evaluated, and that's through the assessment of written tasks. Now, you've got to really carefully stick to a one-page response in the written assessment work that addresses several facets of the firefighter success profile. Now, they do often change this scenario, so keep a very keen eye on the instructions. They keep it mixed up for sure. In the speed interviews, now you will meet one-on-one with an assessor and respond to their questions. Small groups of candidates are interviewed and scored by the 4 panelists during the speed interviews. Every 10 minutes, they will switch the assessors a total of 4 times. The purpose of the interview questions is to evaluate your past or likely behaviors, your skills, attributes, beliefs, and your experiences. And then there is the panel interview. It's conducted by 4 people, including potential operational DFS staff, non-operational DFS staff, and outside consultants. Your CV must be sent before the panel interview. To sharpen up on the interview, I have included the interview decoder on the free training page, so get your hands on that. The interview, guys, it's your biggest opportunity to beat other applicants. So many applicants for some reason think it's not a big deal, but it is. Treat it as a big deal, do the necessary work, and then you will be rewarded. Lastly is the final validation stage. It consists of physical workplace capacity assessment. So these are simple simulated tasks to check your suitability for the role. The tasks are completed several times, and it gives a really fair evaluation of the candidate's functional mobility for day-to-day tasks as a firefighter. Now, the results of the PWCA are sent to your doctor and are incorporated into your medical evaluation. Obviously, remember to listen carefully and be safety focused. You've got driving validations, which is overseen by driving instructors from the DFES Training Academy. Medical assessments are conducted by a medical professional nominated by DFES. And just a note, it is best to try and address any potential medical issues a long way prior to the assessment. I've seen firsthand people do this the wrong way, and then they've got to sit out for a year or more. And in some cases, even good candidates are completely written off. It's really worth planning in advance if you do have a potential issue here, so you don't become one of those. Integrity requirements, so National Police check and working with children check. You've got referee checks, so make sure your referees are actually good and understand the role you're applying to, and you haven't rubbed them the wrong way anytime recently. And if you are successful, you'll then be notified and offered a position, obviously the end goal. Then you'd be invited to a 21-week-long firefighter recruit training course, and this course, it usually commences within 6 months after offer of employment. So if you are planning on becoming a firefighter in Western Australia in 2023 and have questions, you need help, you want an edge, or you want to use my free practice tests and tools, you will find all the information that you need below. And that wraps up the 2023 How to Become a Firefighter WA video. Guys, I wish you the very best of luck on your journey to becoming a firefighter. Thanks for tuning in. Speak soon.